Power. It begins as a dream, the desire to rise above weakness, to never feel helpless again. For some, power is protection. For others, revenge. But for one man, power became everything. Ryomen Sukuna, the king of curses, a name whispered with fear and reverence. Yet behind the legend of unstoppable might lies a truth few dare to face. The strongest man in the world is also the most broken one. Long before curses took form, Sukuna was human, or something close to it. A man who believed that strength was the only truth this world respected. He saw weakness as sin, compassion as delusion. And so, he tore down everything that stood in his way. Kings, warriors, gods. It didn't matter. The world called him a demon. But Sukuna would tell you, the world created him. Because when a man lives surrounded by lies, only destruction feels honest. He achieved what no one else could. Unmatched, unstoppable, a god among men. Yet every time he crushed an enemy, the silence that followed grew louder. He thought he was chasing freedom, but he was building his own prison, brick by brick. Power had no equal, so no one could stand beside him. The laughter faded. The thrill vanished. And the king of curses was left with a throne, and no reason to sit upon it. Then came those who carried what he never could. Purpose. Gojo Satoru, who wielded infinite power, yet sought to protect, not destroy. Yuji Itadori, who bore Sukuna's soul and still chose kindness. To Sukuna, they were fools, but deep down, their strength disturbed him, because their power meant something. Sukuna realized something cruel. Power without heart creates only shadows. And though he'd never admit it, he envied those who fought for others. Centuries passed, yet his legend never died. His soul, torn and sealed into 20 cursed fingers, became eternal. But immortality isn't a blessing. It's a mirror that forces you to watch yourself decay, not in body, but in meaning. The world moved on, the people changed, and all that remained was a name everyone feared, but no one understood. In his final moments, perhaps Sukuna understood that strength is not about domination, but about bearing the weight of what you protect. He was the mightiest being to ever exist, yet he could never protect a single thing. And maybe that was his curse all along. The price of power is emptiness. Power without love. Strength without purpose. A god who conquered everything, except himself. And so the king of curses fades. Not as a monster, but as a man who finally learned the truth. Power means nothing if it leaves you alone.